Hello everybody, this is Hyperion here, and my girlfriend and I just moved into a new place, and I finally have a spare bedroom of my own to have a sort of office space, and I finally have a place to store all of my consoles here in this closet here, and I just wanted to give a little bit of a backstory as to, turn that light on, as to all the consoles I own, how I got them, why I have them, and, just kind of make a little video of that. So this isn't going to be anything too special, it's just a video I just wanted to make, and I don't own rare variants of consoles or anything too bizarre. I own pretty normal stuff, as most other people do, but I just wanted to make this video. So, if we look in here, sorry for that jump cut. My closet door here was somewhat stuck. I think something had fallen behind it, and I got it stuck. Anyways, let's move on. Open up this door, and down here we see all the computers I own. They're older computers. I like to mess around with these. I like to do videos on these, kind of Duraga 1 style. I've always had fun tampering with these things and installing things into them and onto them. For a little backstory here, this one right here I acquired about a year ago. It's a compact Presario 5000 series, I believe. Has a little CD case here, and nothing special about this, and it has some problems. I hardly use it for anything, but the only reason why I bought this was because this is one of the first computers my family ever owned. I believe we owned a Gateway before this one, and I believe that one died, or it got too slow, I don't remember. And we got this one, and I remember playing all kinds of Flash games, Cartoon Network Flash games and stuff on there. And this is not the exact same one. I bought this off eBay, like I said, about a year ago. It's got some yellowing here. Here you can definitely tell the contrast. It has a broken fin on the CPU fan, and the fin is still in here somewhere. I can hear it moving around sometimes, but I've tried to glue it back on, but have not been successful. This one right here, Dell XPS 410. This was my first PC I owned. My stepbrother gave this to me. This was my gaming PC for years, probably 2 or 3, possibly 4, and this is the monitor it came with. I believe that's a Dell Ultra Sharp, but I could be wrong about that. But this, I'm not too sure of all the specs of these. It's hard to keep track of them. I don't have notes wrote on them or anything, but it had Windows Vista on it originally, and I used that all the way up until the Windows 10 preview came out, and then I was a beta tester for that, and I think I had Ubuntu installed it for a while. Then I built my main PC, and this one just kind of fell to the wayside. This Dell back here is a Dell Dimension something or other. Actually, I think I might be able to get the camera in there to see it. Maybe. Dell Dimension, I believe that says 3000. I'm not sure. The camera will see it better than I can, but that was my stepmother's computer. And then once her and my dad got married, that became his solitaire machine. And that computer then went to my brother, who was probably watching this, hello, and I think he gave it to me because he just never used it. Speaking of my brother, this is his computer, which he was going to throw away, and I saved it. It's a Dell Inspiron 531S. Again, I haven't really messed around with this one. I haven't had it for too long. My brother recently moved, and that's when he was going to throw it away, and I saved it. I think I have a graphics card in there. It's an AMD card, I believe. It's one of those real, this form factor, you have to get one of those skinny little cards. and I think it can play Minecraft pretty good, but I haven't really done much testing beyond that. Uh, this one, back to this one, I've done a RAM upgrade on it. I think that's all I've done. No, I put an SSD in there. At one point, I had a adapter, which I think is in my Xbox, which we will get to. For this one, I've upgraded the RAM and the CPU. Again, sorry, I don't know the specifics. This one I haven't done anything to. That one I have put a graphics card in. And I really fell out of messing with these a couple months ago. I just kind of got bored with it all. So let's move on to other things. Up here is my, well, what I have so far of my nerd shelf, as my girlfriend calls it. I've got some Skylanders figures here of my favorite PlayStation 1 characters. I've got a couple of Star Wars ships here that my girlfriend has bought me. I have a cheapo Darth Vader here. I think it's about $3 for these figures each. The stormtroopers don't stand up too well, they don't hold their guns too good, they're not detailed. Vader himself can pretty much only do that one pose. You know. I have Kit from Knight Rider here. I have our R2-D2 soap thing here, which I meant to fill up, but I never did. And it's made its way back over here where I've moved. Don't know why I packed it, or should I just throw it away? I don't know, I still might. This is a 1990s model Acura or Honda NSX, my favorite car ever. And that's a dog I painted. Okay, we can kind of see some of my consoles here. I have a new Nintendo 2DS XL. I actually bought two of those with Pokemon Ultra Moon, I believe. And I bought two of those at Target on Black Friday for me and my brother. And he hadn't had a 2DS ever, so I got him that and the new Pokemon game. And I believe we later got Mario Kart, played some two-player on that, which we need to get back into doing. Here's a PSP I bought. Now this, I've actually bought off eBay about 3 years ago. Shoot, it's probably been almost 4 years now. And I only bought it so I could play PS1 games. And I've hacked it. I like to hack all my consoles. Like my 2DS is hacked. My PSP was hacked. It's not even in that box. I don't know where my PSP is right now. I'm still unpacking, so it may turn up. But I don't use it for certain reasons we'll get into here shortly. And I actually bought another PSP. This is a 1000 model. I actually bought a 2000 model. And I subsequently broke it trying to do a shell transfer. So that was fun. I own the ill-fated PlayStation Classic here. Again, I had it hacked. I never used it really. I only bought this for the fun of it. But I mostly bought it for the controllers. They're USB, original PlayStation. They feel great. And they have this little end piece here, which looks pretty authentic. And I really like the feel of these controllers for classic games, especially on PC. I like to play Spyro Reignited with those. And Crash Insane Trilogy. Speaking of PlayStation, here's my PS1s. I think I own 3 of these. This is the only one I have of this model. Well, there's many different models of this. I think this one has... Hold on. We shall see. Whoa, don't fall. Nope, this is the case of a one with a parallel port with a serial I/O. This one does not have parallel on it. That's actually a motherboard that does not go in there. My controller is falling everywhere. The one I had was a little bit yellow. This one's a little less yellowed, but it's still kind of yellowed. The disk drive in this works barely. The other two I have do not work at all. I actually own replacement disk drives, but most of those I bought also did not work. Sad. This is the console I had growing up. Well, the second console I owned, my parents got for me. The PS1. This is not the one I owned. I bought this again on eBay. I bought most of these consoles on eBay just to catch up. I love this thing. I love it. I wish the PS Classic had that design, but I don't. But this, I loved it. forever. I think that's actually one of my original memory cards. I think it originally belonged to my brother. Anyways, but the disk drive in this is also failing, and they can be rather expensive. Here we have my first console I ever owned. Well, first console I bought with my own money, I believe. Yeah, I had some money saved up. $50 I think I paid for this at a yard sale my parents had told me about, and I begged them to take me to go get it. Luckily it was still there, and I got it. And I love this thing. I've only owned a golf game for it for like the first few months I had it. I finally have all the games I want for it, just about. I don't have a hard drive in this, but I did have my Pi right there hooked up to it. And, no, wait, no, that was not this. I actually had the USB drive hooked up to it. I had the Pi hooked up to this one, which we'll get to. And I want to do a. They have SATA adapters for this now. You can just plug a hard drive in, but they don't have Ethernet ports, which doesn't really matter in 2020. I want to get those for this and just load up a bunch of games onto it. Like I said, guys, I like to hack my consoles and piddle with them and I like to have them run games digitally, and I like to own my games physically, but have them digital on the console. Just makes things easier and less messy. Let's open the other side of the door, which may have been loud. This is my PlayStation Slim, PS2 Slim. Does it have a game in it? It does not. Okay, I was smart before I moved it. With this one, I actually bought a memory card with FreeMake boot on it, and I think it may be one of these two. I'm not sure. I think I took the label off of it like a dumbass. Oh well. Anyways, the Ethernet port on this, you can actually... Sorry, I have my flash on because the light in here isn't the greatest. I'll turn the flash off for now. This is my Pi, and I actually had this hooked up to the Ethernet port on here. And I had games on the SD card of the Pi loading onto the PS2, which was pretty good. I think it's the fastest way you can get them to load besides having a hard drive just hooked up to it. But that's harder to do on these because you got to solder wires onto the motherboard. This one actually does have those pins. Some of them don't. I could do that, but I won't. This controller right here is a Logitech PS2 controller. Logitech. You can probably see that better than I can. This is a wireless controller. It actually feels really good, but they're really expensive to get. That, or you can get them. The controller pretty cheap, but the adapter is hard to find. I was lucky to actually have the adapter. Had the adapter. I'm not sure where it is now. It could be lost in packing. I'm not sure. I have my wires back here. I'm still trying to figure out a way to have my consoles all displayed nicely on the shelf here. Pull them off as I want to play them. But I've yet to find a way to have my wires back there without having them look messed up. Here is my PS Vita. I bought this mainly because I got tired of holding the PSP whenever I wanted to play portable PS1 games. Now this thing is hacked, of course, as well. And I really ain't done much with it besides hack it and play PS1 games on it. I know. But that's pretty much part of what everybody did with PS Vita. They bought it for some reason, I guess, to play games, and they played with it for about 20 minutes and then forgot about it. Okay, this is the PS3. I have the Slim, not the Super Slim, but the just PS3. This is somewhat hacked. It's got a soft hack on it. It's not completely hacked. I can't play games off the hard drive. But I'm working on it. This model cannot be hacked right now, but I'm working on it. I'm just trying to go as the hacks come up. This has an SSD in it. I think this had a 160 gigabyte hard drive in it. I think I've dropped a 120 gigabyte SSD in it because I really don't have all that much space taking up on the 160 hard drive. So I thought, okay, 120 SSD, even better. That's some sticky mounting putty there, which goes to this. On the bottom, it's missing its pads. Anyways, this I bought with my own money. This is the second console I bought with my own money. It had a... I don't remember how much I paid for it, but I bought it at Target. I want to say about $300. That was at the end of the lifespan of this thing too. I think it was before the Super Slim came out, but the PS3 was nearing the end of its life. I think the PS4 may have either just been coming out or was about to come out. And I love this thing. Holy crap! I mean, I've played Ratchet and Clank on this so many times. Going Commando is my favorite. I think the third game I can't remember is my brother's favorite, which I liked, but I didn't really care for all that much. Yeah, I love it. I need to play this more. I've been playing my PS4, which I do have a PS4. It's in the living room. It's a PS4 Pro. Don't worry about it. It's, basic. I have a Steam link here, which I got for free off Steam. Never used it. I think I've used it once actually, and I don't have a good enough internet connection to use it. Here is the aforementioned 2DS XL. This is my 3DS XL. Hacked, of course. Pretty much the same story as this. I got this to play Pokemon Omega Ruby. Also hacked. Also has all the GBA ROMs I want on it. Love those things, but this one is part of my more favorite because it's lighter, has better battery life, doesn't have the 3D, better CPU. You get the gist. This I bought off eBay. I don't know why. I hardly ever use it. I think I only got it for the factor of owning a Nintendo. No, I didn't really. I had one of these growing up. My parents did. Me and my brother played it. I think my brother broke it by taking it apart. But, I have Super Mario and Duck Hunt and the 2 Zelda games, but that's all I have for this. I want to get an EverDrive for this with a RGB or HDMI mod, but I haven't got around to that. Here's my GameCube. I bought this on my 18th birthday. Now, the GameCube was the first console I ever had. Not this one, of course. I got this off a local game store, actually. But this one, my parents had bought me this when I was little because my brother would never let me play games with him. And I played a crap ton of Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2 and The Simpsons Hit and Run, because that's all I owned. And my best friend who lived across the street had one of these, and we played a crap ton of Simpsons Hit and Run and Lego Star Wars 1, 2, and the complete saga. I love this console. This one has the digital output, but I do not have the cables for it. But as you can probably tell, this thing is obsolete because I own a Wii. Now, why did I get a Wii? I bought this in 2016, I believe. Got it off GameStop. I think it had a real good deal on it. They're trying to get rid of their stock. I bought it to hack it, of course. I love playing the Nintendo games on this, which makes this obsolete. That's why I'm not really hacking it or anything. I just have it to have it. I also have the component cables on here. And it makes the GameCube games look real good. Not as good as what they would look like on the GameCube with component, but good enough. And this thing is hacked. It's got a GameCube, NES, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, all those fun stuffs. Which is also obsolete because I have a Wii U. Now, my girlfriend got me this Wii U for Christmas this year, or last Christmas, whatever. And I love this thing. I haven't really got to mess around with it because I had it out for a few months, then we started packing up for the move. But it's hacked. As about everything else is. And it's got Wii, GameCube, NES, GBA, all kinds of games on it. I love this thing. I'm looking forward to getting my TV. I have a TV getting delivered here tomorrow, I hope. I'm going to have this hooked up again. I really like this for the fact that I can have the gamepad playing games. Oh, that reminds me. I can actually have this hooked up now without the TV. I might do that later. Anyways, that's the Wii U. I haven't really got to mess around with it much. I think it's a cool console. Kind of sad what happened to it. I'd love to get Call of Duty Black Ops 2 on it, but I haven't got that far. I've got Black Ops 1 on it, on the VWii Virtual Console. That's about all I've done. Down here, we have a Dreamcast. And I actually bought this because of another YouTuber, Adam Koralik. He loves this thing, I swear. I have not got to try it out or do anything with it. I own no games for this. I have the VMU, the controller, the cables. I've played some burn games on it. I've burned myself, but apparently that can wear out the CD drive in there, and I really don't want to. I really don't want to have to deal with that. It's got my PS4 and Switch games on it right now, mainly because I'm still trying to figure out the setup. Down here is my Switch box. I think that's the original Switch. It's not the updated model with the better battery life or anything. It's not in there. I think the Switch is in my bedroom or somewhere. I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure where its dock is. I don't think any of that's hooked up right now. But I do have a Switch, not hacked. It was hacked at one point, but I didn't want to get banned from Nintendo servers, which is kind of redundant because I never play online. Anyways, this has all the Wii games on it. Sorry, Xbox. Another console I absolutely love. Holy crap, this thing is hacked, of course, which I actually did recently before I moved. A couple months before I moved. And it has an SSD in there. That's where my SATA adapter is. It's in here. I've got the clock capacitor removed, so it's going to last, in case anyone is wondering. I really don't use this. I don't have emulators or anything on this because I have other consoles that can, but this, oh wow. I play a lot of SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom on here. I think that's my last 100% playthrough I played on this, and I'm looking forward to getting the Rehydrated, which I have on order for the Switch from Amazon. I think it comes out in 5 days. I think I'll get it a week after. But this, I absolutely love it. I own some games for this. I know I have games for all these. They're just still packed up. But I do have games for this. Most of them are backed up. Actually, I think all of them. I had the Grand Theft Auto series on here. They're all backed up to the hard drive. And then I have some games from other places backed up on here. We don't talk about that. I think we have one game on here from the internet I have put on here. The rest of my own. And here is the Xbox 360, the last console. I bought this for my girlfriend's brother. And that's about all I've done for it. I haven't hacked it. I think the hacking process is a little bit too complicated for me, personally. I've got the Uplay from GameStop controller here, because it's the cheapest thing I could find. I own Bully Scholarship Edition, Call of Duty World at War, Call of Duty Black Ops 2. I don't think I own 1. Do I? I might. I'm not sure. But I know I own Black Ops 2. I love Black Ops 2. Holy crap. I play a lot of bots on this thing. And I usually play this more than I do this these days, because this is just simpler. I like the controller more, personally. I like the triggers. The PS3 controller feels a little cramped to me. But also my PS3 controller is a bit wore out. I've used it for everything from emulation on PC to playing Pi, RetroPie, using it on here, of course. Yeah, I'd love to hack this. I don't have Xbox Live. It's not tied to my actual Xbox account. I love to hack it, but I just don't understand the process. But I would love to get that done at some point. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching me ramble about these consoles and PCs I own. I know they're nothing special, but you know, they're special to me and I enjoy all of them. And someday I hope to get a capture card device for consoles. Right now I'm pretty much only confined to my PC, and then I can start doing some Let's Plays of my console games I own. But until then, I'm pretty much confined to my PC. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry I had to film it vertically. I couldn't get my phone to switch to horizontal. It just kind of was vertical video, but sideways. But I don't have a camera. I just have my phone. But I hope it's still watchable that way. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching. Bye.